Hello, everybody. This is Aaron Masliansky, and we're about to listen to the next podcast here on Inside the Skev. I just want to remind everyone to please subscribe so you can hear all the latest episodes, and also to remind you that I am a real estate agent. I can help you buy or sell real estate anywhere in the area. This podcast is about Skokie and Evanston and Skokie, so this is certainly an area that I know and can help you. And give me a call or go to my website, aaronmasliansky.com, or email me at aaron@skevinston.com, or come over to my office over at Dreamtown Realty at 1567 Maple Avenue in Evanston, and enjoy the show. Welcome to Inside the Skev, and I'm your host, Aaron Masliansky. Today we have here Tani Mintz, and Tani is a really interesting person. I've known her for a long time, and she owns a business in Evanston. She's got the Sharp Edge Crossfit at Dodge and Dempster. So, Tani, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thanks for inviting me.
It's my pleasure. So, Tani, you own this CrossFit, and, you really like sports. You're pretty strong, right?
I do. I love sports.
Yeah.
I think my strength is relative, but yeah.
I don't know about that. So what got you into this? Why are you in this type of business?
In CrossFit?
Yeah.
Or owning a gym, or all of the above?
All of the above.
All right. So I've been an athlete my whole life, and when I retired from speed skating, I went to law school. And I thought I was done being an athlete. So I went to law school with the intent to work for a team, a sports team, or be an agent, or whatever. Stay involved in sports, but be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And really quickly, I realized I not only did not want to work for anyone, I guess, definitely not for any prima donna athletes, but I also wasn't done being an athlete. One of my friends convinced me to do CrossFit with her one morning, and I do not like working out super early in the morning. Somehow she convinced me to go at like 5 a.m.
Oh, God.
And we were actually new friends, too, so it was funny because I don't know how she knew I was going to be hooked right away, because we weren't like lifelong friends, but she dragged me to CrossFit class in Milwaukee, and like from day one, I was hooked because it let me be an athlete, but there was also room to potentially coach one day.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't want to coach, but I think deep down I knew like this is going to be it. Like this is how I can continue to be an athlete for the rest of my life, and then also maybe make it into something more than just being an athlete. Maybe I could coach, maybe I could teach others. That's what started it all. So that's also what got me through law school.
So you were doing this while you were in law school?
Yeah, I started CrossFit while I was in law school, and probably spent more time at the gym than I did in the library, but it got me through. And
you've been in like a few different locations, right? Like states.
Just moved around, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, did you do CrossFit in different states though?
Yeah. Well, I started CrossFit in Milwaukee. Before Milwaukee, I lived in Utah for a while, but I wasn't doing CrossFit then. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But I started CrossFit in Milwaukee, and I moved to North Carolina for a little bit.
Right.
I did it there. I didn't coach in North Carolina, though. I coached in Milwaukee at a couple gyms, and then I coached actually in Chicago when I moved back before I opened my gym.
Okay. So you talk about Utah, and you've got all this sports. What made you so interested in sports, like as a kid?
From the beginning?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, of course.
I think it was ingrained in me from the beginning. I was obsessed with Michael Jordan. My screen name is still Airmintz23.
That's right.
That's still my email.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really just Jordan. Like the rest of us in Chicago.
Yeah, it's true. We grew up in a good time to be in Chicago as a kid. That's for sure. And you also did you want to go to law school to become an attorney so you could be an agent for sports athletes, or was that
I guess I didn't
idea?
really know exactly what it was going to look like
when
I graduated, but I knew I wanted to be a lawyer and stay involved in sports somehow. I actually had I sent the general counsel for the Bears my resume as a first-year law student, and like months later, like maybe 6 months later, he got back to me, and I forgot that I even sent it to him.
Wow.
And he invited me to go meet with him at Halas Hall, And so I did. That was pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, just, keep up what you're doing and we'll stay in touch and call me when you're done with law school and we'll see what happens. But I mean, even at that point, I knew that I probably didn't want to be behind the scenes. I still wanted to be an athlete. Going to Halas Hall was awesome, but seeing the Bears players like just walking around hanging out, like I didn't want to be working for them. I wanted to be hanging out with them.
Right.
So I felt pretty uncomfortable with the notion of, not being in the gym working out with them, but being, behind the scenes.
A staff member.
Yeah. So I didn't pursue that, but it was a cool meeting.
Oh my God. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And then you kind of on a whim decided to try out for the Olympics, and you got super close, right?
Okay, so in 2002, my family went to the Olympics in Utah, and I had a huge crush on Apollo. He was like so dreamy. And so I went to one of his events. We're at the Delta Center in the nosebleed section way up top. But it was so cool seeing, just being in that atmosphere. I mean, I went to some skiing events too, and we had tickets to other Olympic events, but there's something about speed skating when I went there to watch it and just seeing them, like how graceful it was. I don't know, there's something about that sport that I felt it in my blood. Like, it's so cheesy, but it's so true. I just felt it in those moments. And when I got home from the Olympics, I told my parents, I'm like, I want to speed skate. I want to go to the Olympics for speed skating. And they're like, okay.
Sure.
And I was a senior in high school, and it was February. So I'd already sent out my college applications, and so last minute I sent an application to Marquette because the rink was 5 minutes away. I knew I didn't want to. Apollo does short track. I didn't want to do short track. I knew I wanted to do long track, like what Bonnie Blair did, and Shawnee Davis. So the rink was 5 minutes away from Marquette. So I applied and I got in, and I guess the rest was history. But yeah, so then 4 years later I qualified for Olympic trials in speed skating. So that was awesome.
I mean, was that one of the biggest thrills of your life, would you say?
To qualify for it or to participate in it?
Yeah,
I remember, So, I remember the race that I qualified for it. It was a 3,000 meter race. And really, I was a sprinter my whole life, but my coach at the time was a distance skater. So I think secretly he was trying to groom me to be also a distance skater because that's what he was familiar with.
He knew what to tell you.
Yeah. So in the 3,000, the time that I needed was I needed to cut 9 seconds off of my personal best to qualify for Olympic trials. And, that's a lot. That's a lot. But I don't know. It's 3, 2, 1, go, and the gun went off, and that was the coolest race ever, and nothing hurt. And if it's a bad race, it hurts. When it's a good race, it doesn't hurt, and nothing hurt. And I remember flying around the track. It's a 7.5 lap race, and your split times every lap because your coach is on the backstretch yelling at you, telling you, and you could see a board with your split times. And I was just crushing my personal, I had no idea what my time was going to be in the end, but I was like, this is a good race. When I crossed the line and I saw the clock, it was a 14-second PR. I mean, I qualified for Olympic trials by 7 or 8 seconds.
Wow.
I destroyed it. Yeah.
You really did.
So I remember that, and I don't think I knew it. I don't think I knew that second. I think it hit me after maybe half a lap or a lap after I've slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh my God, I did it. That's crazy.
What do you think got you there? I mean, was it just the practice? What type of preparation did you have to do?
So when I was training for the Olympics and in speed skating, I was at Marquette. I was an undergrad. Yeah. And I was working at Starbucks, and I was training. And I think just staying busy all the time. It was the coffee. I know this is not a popular opinion, but I swear coffee is a placebo. It's never done anything for me.
Okay.
You're giving me evil eyes.
Yeah. I think it's pretty important.
But I feel the busier I was, I don't know if this is really answering your question, but the busier I was, the more I excelled at everything I did. So my routine in undergrad was like, wake up. Sometimes I'd work out, do a quick workout in the morning, and then go to classes, and then skate, and then work at Starbucks. The Starbucks I worked at the time was a 24-hour drive-through Starbucks, so I'd work from like 8 p.m. to midnight.
Oh, wow.
And then go back and do it again the next day. But, I mean, I loved it. It was, I think working out has always been like a relief for my brain when I'm studying or in school, and then vice versa too. There have been times where I haven't been in school and I've just been training, and it's harder because I don't have something else to focus on. So your highs are super high when you're, training and things are going well, but then your lows are so much lower because you don't have, if you don't have something like school or something else to occupy your time, it's harder. So for me, I did better, and I skated better, I trained better, and I did better in school when I had more going on.
It's because it basically gave your brain a time to rest.
Yeah.
By switching what you're doing.
In both ways. Yeah, like both were intense. School is intense, and then skating's intense, but it was also a simultaneous relief. So.
Well, it's interesting because now you have your business, the CrossFit business, and then you also still work at Starbucks.
Yes.
So it's, in a way, it's the same type of thing that you're doing for yourself.
Totally. Yeah. Now I work at Starbucks because, exactly. It's a relief because owning the gym is awesome and I love it. And it's all mine. And because it's all mine, I'm in charge of everything.
Right.
So it's nice that when I go to Starbucks, like, I just make some drinks and I leave. I don't have to tell anyone what to do or where to be, or I just, make some lattes and hand out some coffee and I get to go.
That's really, it's interesting. I've been like reading and listening to a lot of different things about how that type of rest or giving your mind something to switch to allows you to kind of do better at things.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
That's awesome. So, like, what's the most fun thing about your business, running this business?
Oh my God, everything is so fun. What do I love about it? Well, okay, the easy stuff is the actual space is so beautiful. I mean, it's 6 glass garage doors that face south, so the sunlight in there is so beautiful. But owning a CrossFit gym, everything about it is awesome. I'm so passionate about staying healthy and being fit. I mean, but more so just staying healthy,
Right.
And that means something different it's a little bit different to everybody. So the people who come in the gym, we already have that in common. We already share a significant value. We value our fitness and our health. And it doesn't matter where you've come from or what your goals are. You're trying to be a better, healthier person. And I love being a part of that for everyone who comes in the gym.
You're making a healthy community.
Yeah. And everyone is so supportive. I mean, that's a really cool thing about CrossFit. But, every CrossFit gym, it's not a franchise. They're all individually owned businesses.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So every CrossFit gym owner is going to do it however they want to do it. And my focus is really building a supportive community of people, because then I think the results will follow. My focus is not, let's see how much weight you can lift and how strong you can, what your back squat's going to be, or deadlift. Like, that's cool to lift heavy weights, but it's way cooler to just grow and progress and just do the best you can and support other people while you're doing it, because it's not easy. I mean,
No.
I tell everyone the hardest thing is walking through those doors, because I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people and I've had multiple conversations with the same people. They're like, yeah, I'm going to come check it out. I'm going to come try your gym. Yeah. And and I'll never see them. And I know pretty quickly who's going to, waste my time with that. And it's, I get it. It's hard, but just walk in the doors and just do that, And then if you decide that maybe it's not for you, maybe you want to go somewhere else, fine. But at least give yourself that initial shot, because you're probably going to really love it. I mean, forget the weights, forget, how intimidating it might look. The people are so nice. The people are anything but intimidating in there. So I love being a part of that community.
Well, could you tell us also, if people aren't familiar with CrossFit, what do you do there? Like, how is it different than just like a regular gym?
Yeah. So there are small group classes. They're an hour long. You come in and the coach is going to walk you through everything. You're never gonna come into our gym and someone's going to tell you, hey, look at the board and go do what it says on the board, ever. So you're going to come in, the coach is going to lead you through warm-up. You're going to stretch a little. You're going to do some dynamic stuff. You get your blood flowing a little bit. Our coaches are awesome. We've all been doing CrossFit for a long time. We've all been athletes for a long time. Our backgrounds are diverse enough that really everyone in the gym, I think, can connect to all of us, or at least one or two of us. And which creates a really nice connection for them and for us. So after the warm-up, then we'll do some kind of strength work or skill work. So there's no intensity here yet. Here we're teaching you how to use a barbell correctly, or, if you're already using the barbell correctly, then we're going to add some weight to it. Or we're going to work on your pull-ups or your ring dips or whatever. And, pull-ups scare people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone hears pull-up and they're like, I can't do a pull-up, so I can't do CrossFit.
Because you're thinking about fitness tests
grade
in
school,
elementary school. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Most people who walk into a CrossFit gym don't have pull-ups, and that's totally fine. And it's like, it just drives me crazy when people associate, like, I can't do pull-ups, therefore I can't do CrossFit, because it's so the opposite of that. There's so many ways to modify a pull-up and scale it back so that will teach you how to use the muscles that you need in order to eventually get a pull-up.
Right.
And that applies to any other movement we do in there. Most things that are written on the board when you come into the gym, you might not be familiar with, or you might not know how to do it, or even after we teach you how to do it, it's still confusing. That's totally fine. Like the whole point is that you're going to learn with us, and we're going to teach you, and we're going to get you there. We're going to do it safely. We're going to work on your technique and your form. Like, we're not worried about you doing anything like 300 pounds, whatever. It's like, just do it safely and do it well, because we want you to be as fit as you can be and also have it apply to your everyday life. When you're 85 years old and you bend over to pick a pen up off the ground, like, we don't want you to blow your back out, Like, we're going to teach you how to deadlift, which is what picking a pen up off the ground is.
Right.
Or putting your groceries away, right? Like, that's a strict press. Or an overhead squat. I mean, all these terms that sound intimidating, like when you're using a barbell, they actually just apply to your everyday life. You just don't realize it. So we're teaching you how to use your body efficiently and safely, not just for in the gym, but for every day.
For every day. So it's a lot more guided, so it's better than just going out on your own and trying to figure out what the hell.
Yeah, it's totally guided. Yeah, we're always watching you. It doesn't matter if it's a class of 2 people or 10 people. We know who to watch, and we know what to watch for. That's the coach's jobs.
Right.
And I'm super proud to say the gym's been open for a year and a half, and we've had nobody injure themselves in the gym because of anything that the coach was, neglecting or the athlete was neglecting. I mean, that being said, of course, like it is a two-way street. We don't have these like egotistical bros in our gym, who are like, no, I can do this, even though you're like, no, you cannot do that safely. Please don't do that. Yeah. But everyone's an adult too. Most people, we do have teenagers in the gym too. But if there's an adult who like wants to override the coach's advice, I mean,
what can you do about that?
Right. Like, what would the coach do, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can only say, hey, take that weight off. That doesn't look safe so many times, and then if that person still wants to continue, I don't know, trying to be a meathead and he hurts himself or she hurts herself, it's on them. So,
right.
But we don't have any of those people on Sharp Edge. We really don't. And it's awesome. And nobody's gotten hurt in there, and people have all gotten stronger, and nobody's gotten hurt. So it's pretty cool.
That's important.
Yeah.
And how much does it cost to join your gym? Like, how does all that work?
So if you've never done CrossFit before, the first month is your foundations month, and it includes 4 one-on-one classes with myself or one of the other coaches, and we're going to teach you the foundational movements of CrossFit. So the first couple classes are going to be more body weight focused, stuff like air squats or burpees, and then pull-ups. And then by the last couple classes, we're doing barbell work, so squats, and then the Olympic weightlifting movements like clean and jerks and snatches. After those 4 one-on-one classes, then you can join the group classes. And it's all included in that first month, which is $210. And then after that, it's $185 a month. And it's as many CrossFit classes as you want to come to. that month.
So you better be committed.
Yeah, you got to be committed. But how much does it cost to have a personal trainer?
I don't know. Do you know how much it costs at some of these
Yes,
places?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to work out with a personal trainer and pay for that, I think at the low end, it's $60 an hour. Probably average, it's about $70 or $80 an hour.
True.
And upwards from there. And we are personal trainers in a small group class setting.
Well, I feel like a lot of these gyms also, like, they want to get you in the door with the low rate, and then they push and push and push for you to get a personal trainer. Because that's where, there's more money in that. It's a business. I get it. So, yeah, this does make a lot of sense if you want. Because also, it's like almost better to have a group like what you have, because then you all push each other.
Yeah, totally. It holds you accountable. Yeah. We hold you accountable. If we notice you haven't been to the gym in a week, you're for sure going to get a text from me like, excuse me. Yeah. And then, you make friends at the gym too, because you're all suffering together and they're going to text you. And I mean, whatever, people have just made friends with other people in the gym. So it's not like they need them to necessarily text and be like, hey, where are you? They're just going to be like, let's go to the gym today. So it makes it so much easier, because these workouts aren't easy, but it shouldn't be easy. If it's easy, then you're not getting out of your comfort zone and you're not growing.
Right.
So they're challenging for sure, but they're not challenging to the point where you can't do it. You can do it. They're hard, but you can do it. And it's easier with friends.
For sure. It motivates you.
Yeah.
And like, what time is the gym open? Is it like you have classes in the morning, you have classes at night, daytime?
Yeah. So the earliest classes is 5:15 in the morning. So we have 5:15 and 6:15. And then we have a 9:15, noon, and then 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. Every day it varies a little bit. So those classes don't necessarily exist every day, but for the most part, those are the available classes, and schedule's all online too.
Which ones are you teaching?
Right now I teach, well, it also depends on my Starbucks schedule, but I usually teach the afternoon classes, and sometimes the midday classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to do the 5:15?
Okay, I was doing the 5:15 and 6:15 for the first year and a half of the gym. And not that I'm not even sleeping in any later, though, because then if I'm not there, I'm working at Starbucks, and I have to be up even earlier for Starbucks. But like I said before, like I could turn my brain off. Like when I go to Starbucks, I can wake up and roll out of bed and just go make some coffee. And coaching at 5:15 and 6:15 is much more draining, even though it's only 2 hours versus like however many hours I'm at Starbucks. But I have to get out of bed and like be on it and be motivating people.
What time do you get there for? I'm just curious. Like what time would you get there for a 5:15 class if you're the one teaching?
If you're the coach, it honestly like 10 minutes before, because the workout's already. I mean, I write the programming for the gym, so the workout, the coaches can see the program, days in advance, or at the very least they can see it the night before. So they don't have to. They just have to do what I write, and they have to coach what I've told them to write. They can do whatever they want for warm up though. And I've told them that I don't prescribe the warm up, because they're all super knowledgeable, and I want them to add their own flavor to the class. So we all do have our own styles of warm up, which is really cool for the members too. And the more coaches that the members have, the better they're going to be, because they might like me, or they might like Trista, one of my other coaches, the most for whatever reason. But in reality, they need other eyes on them, because other coaches see other things. We're really good at what we see, but we could miss something.
Of
course. It's important for another coach to. And also sometimes like we could tell you, hey, drive your knees out, drive your knees out, drive your knees out on your squats. We can tell you that over and over again. But for whatever reason with you, it's not clicking. And then you might come to class and Joey's coaching, and Joey's telling you the same thing, but he's using different words, and then it clicks with you. So super important for those reasons, because sometimes it just clicks with one coach and not another, or sometimes cues click from one coach and not another.
Not everyone clicks with the same people.
Yeah.
And again, how many people are in a class?
The biggest classes are usually the 9:15 and noon classes, but the average size of the class is probably about 6 people on average.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And how do you know like what to prescribe? Like what types of exercises to do? Is it just based on your training?
So you mean like how do I write the program?
Yeah.
How do I know how to write a program? So the whole point of CrossFit is to keep it constantly varied. So every day it's different, and the stimulus might be a little bit different every day too. The body parts that we're using every day. I mean, we're always using our whole body. But if we did a lot of squats on Monday, we're probably not going to do a lot of squats on Tuesday because that would just suck. But
kill you. Yeah.
But you'll probably still squat a little bit, But so it kind of just works like that. When I write the programming, I go back and I see what we did the day before, the weeks before, and I make sure that it continues to be constantly varied so that we're not always doing the same things. If yesterday was a straight sprint workout, like a 4-minute don't stop workout, then today is probably not going to be another 4-minute workout. Today is going to be a 15-minute workout maybe, or 10 or 12-minute workout, So, and also, I mean, I've just been doing it for 7 years now, not programming, but I've been doing CrossFit for 7 years and paying attention.
You have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah. And I know I have an idea of what effective workouts will be and what ineffective workouts will be. Makes
sense. And how did you decide to open up in Evanston?
Well, I'm from here, and I went to UTHS. Well, I graduated from UTHS, so it's 2 blocks away from the gym, which is awesome.
Yeah.
The reason I lived in North Carolina for a little bit was because I wanted to open it there. Really the only reason I wanted to go there is because I had lived in Utah before. I lived in Milwaukee, and I wanted a new adventure in life. I wanted to live in the South. What?
It's definitely different.
It is different, yeah. But I loved it. Oh my God, I loved North Carolina. But pretty quickly after I moved there, I realized it just wasn't smart from a business standpoint to open it there because I was brand new to North Carolina. I didn't have a base, or I didn't have like a group of people who were supporting me there. Yeah. So I was like, all right, it's way smarter to move back home where I have family and friends already, and to start there, to open it up there. So here I am.
And then what was the space before you made it into?
I think it was empty for a couple of years, but it was an auto. I think also my space right now, we took half of an auto shop and we built a wall to separate that space into 2, and then we knocked another wall down. So we opened it up. Sort of. Okay, I don't know if I'm explaining that well. No, your face is like blank face. Okay.
No, I think
I think half of it was an old Hertz rental car place.
Okay.
And then the other half was an auto shop.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I always think like some of these places, like these auto repair shops, they could be just like a cool reuse, like a coffee shop or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh my God, totally. With the garage doors.
Yes.
There's so much.
And they have so much light.
So much light. Yes.
Perfect.
So literally like during the polar vortex or just on a regular winter day when it's 10 degrees outside, if it's sunny out, the gym, literally the heat doesn't turn on and it's like 70 degrees in the gym.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's unreal. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
That saves some money.
Yeah. It saves a lot. Yeah.
For sure. And let's see here. So when can people sign up and everything? Anytime?
Yeah, anytime.
Open enrollments?
Yeah,
okay.
Anytime. So on the website, there's a link right on the front page that says join now. Yeah. If you've already been doing CrossFit somewhere else and you already have that foundation, some gyms called on-ramp. If you've already done something that's similar, you don't have to do that. You can just join right in and start with group classes whenever you want. Or if you're not ready to commit to foundations, but you want to try it out, you can just email the gym and you just come in, just do a free class.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your website and where can people find you on social media?
So sharpedgecrossfit.com is the website. You can email sharpedgecrossfit@gmail. You can also just go to the website and there's an easy contact page. You can contact me at the gym. And then on social media, Sharp Edge CrossFit has a Facebook page. We have an Instagram. It's all Sharp Edge CrossFit. And then me personally, you can also find me on Facebook under my name, or on Instagram. It's Mintz-23.
Awesome. And one final question. How much can you bench?
Okay, so fun fact, CrossFitters don't focus a whole lot on benching because it's like not really applicable to everyday life.
Yeah,
you can ask me about like my back squat. That's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, you're ridiculously strong. It's like insane. So everyone needs to like go see like how strong Tani is.
Yes, come see like I'm in a zoo. Come watch me.
Exactly.
Come watch me lift.
It's insane. You're so strong. Well, Tani, thank you so much for coming on Inside the Skev.
Thanks so much for having me. This is so fun.
This is fun. And everyone, go sign up. Don't tell Tani that you're going to come and then not come. Get your butt in the door and get in shape and get healthy. And also subscribe to this podcast. So thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to this latest episode of Inside the Skev. If you want to support the podcast, please subscribe on whatever app you're listening to. And also, if you can rate it and share it on social media and tell everyone about it. And if you have a podcast, talk about this one too, because I'd love to get some more people listening. And of course, if you are looking to buy or sell real estate in Chicagoland area, reach out to me, aaronmasliansky.com or aaron@skevinson.com. Thanks so much for listening.